Hey there, welcome back to the channel. We'll discuss a sensitive topic today. Signals a lady is cheating. A cheating lady may say things that show her shame, fear, or attempt to deceive you. These symptoms can be subtle at first, but they can reveal a lot once you know what to look for. These signs will help you comprehend what's happening. Stoicism tells us that we can control our response, but not others' behavior. Approaching issues calmly and clearly is crucial. Let's look at 9 things a cheating woman may say, so you can notice and respond. Subscribe if you're ready to use Stoicism to change your relationships. Each video helps you improve your mentality and make deeper connections. Let's dive in. Number 1. You're being paranoid. If you challenge her behavior, she may remark, "You're being paranoid." This is a standard answer. This is a defense to divert attention from her to you. It's supposed to make you doubt your instincts and sentiments. Everyone's been there, right? Something feels wrong, yet when we try to discuss it, we get a defensive response. When you bring out some weird behavior or discrepancy in her speech, and she responds with, "You're just being paranoid," or "You're imagining things," it's not a random reaction. A large red flag. She seems to be challenging you to doubt your reality. Think about it. Small details have caught your notice. She may be staying out late, not returning texts, or telling fabricated stories. You mention it, but she says, "You're being paranoid." Let's visualize. Consider that she's been coming home later, or seems more distant. You inquire, "Hey, why are you staying so late at work lately?" She yells, "You're always questioning me. Why can't you just trust me? This makes you the problem." She's deflecting the conversation to avoid the problem. Stoicism can help here. Stoics taught us not to react based on emotions. Instead of reacting out of anger or fear, stand back and keep calm when something feels wrong. Don't allow her make you doubt yourself. Focus on facts and remember your feelings matter. Even if it's uncomfortable, trust your instincts and challenge things that don't make sense. Stoics argue we can't control her acts, but we can control our response. Don't let her charges cloud your judgment. This is about being calm and recognizing problems. Next time you hear you're being paranoid, realize it's not always about you. Listen to what's said and not said. Stoics advise us to stay cool and step back to examine the issue. Number 2. We're just friends. Okay, another common statement you can hear if something's off. We're just friends. We've all been there, right? You notice her spending too much time with someone, maybe someone new at work, or someone from her past, and it bothers you. You mention it, and what happens? That easy dismissal. "Oh, we're just friends." It's designed to calm you down. However, you sense something's wrong. Please, let me illustrate. Imagine seeing her constantly messaging someone. You ignore it at first, but later it feels excessive. She texts late at night and uses her phone even when you were together. Finally asking her about it, what does she say? "Oh, it's just a friend from work. Nothing to worry about." But she defensively or angrily shuts you off. Her reaction seems odd. This is when things become tough. She downplays the relationship, making it seem innocent and harmless, almost like you're overreacting. However, if she spends a lot of time with this friend without explaining why, or if she's attempting to disguise it, that's a red sign. You're not demanding details to manage the situation. You're concerned and inquiring because something's wrong. When defensiveness occurs, alarm bells should sound. Remember that relationships are built on honesty and trust. She may be concealing this friendship if she's secretive or dismissive. People hate being kept in the dark, especially when it impacts others. Let's use some Stoic knowledge. Stoics believed in controlling our emotions and responses rather than allowing others govern them. If this friendship makes you uncomfortable, don't dismiss it just because you're encouraged to calm down. Stoics encouraged us to think rationally, not simply emotionally. Believe on your gut, but calmly. Fear and anger shouldn't distort your judgment. Step back and analyze the situation clearly. Imagine you're in a hurricane and can either let the wind blow you around or stand solid in your understanding. Stoicism teaches us to keep calm in the face of chaos. When you hear "we're just friends," don't jump to assumptions, but follow your gut. Reflect and carefully examine what's happening. As Stoics advise, stay calm and don't let defensive language cloud your judgment. Finding balance is key. Trust your gut, but be smart. Remember that healthy relationships are built on trust, openness, and respect, not secrecy and defense. Number 3. I need space. Let's discuss "I need space," another common red flag. I realize this is tricky, right? It seems innocent, maybe even fair. Sometimes everyone needs alone time. It can be a stomach punch when it comes out of nowhere, especially when things were well between you two. Imagine being in a loving relationship for months. Things have gone well, no major disputes. Life is progressing as you appreciate each other. She says, "I think we need space to figure things out." Unexpectedly, you're left wondering what happened, what changed. You don't expect it and wonder where it's coming from. The kicker: sometimes this need for space is more about room for someone else than breathing. She may be managing 2 relationships without being caught if she's withdrawing emotionally, desiring more alone time, or growing aloof. She's almost constructing this space to avoid guilt while seeking another connection. It's gradual, like a break from your emotional tie. Yes, she needs time to figure things out, but there's typically more going on behind the scenes. A real-life example will illustrate. Imagine a beautiful evening. Everything's usual. You two are conversing and laughing while watching a show. She suddenly says, "I think we need some space. I need to figure out what I want." You pause. Your inner voice asks, "Wasn't everything fine a few hours ago? Here, what's happening?" A rapid behavior change can be a major warning indicator. If she's pushing away despite no major conflict, she may be emotionally involved elsewhere. Please consider this. Sometimes, separation is healthy in relationships, especially long-term ones. It can help both parties refresh and grow. But when that space appears out of nowhere, especially if it's utilized to create distance without explanation, it's worth paying attention. She seems to be avoiding something. We can use Stoic knowledge here. Stoics taught us that natural emotions should not govern us. They stressed the significance of staying calm and clear in uncertain times. It's important not to panic or behave rashly in situations like this. Instead of reacting with rage or uncertainty, ask yourself, what is happening? Is this personal reflection or something more? Stoics thought that controlling our reactions strengthened us. We must also maintain self-control while abruptly hearing, "I need space." Fear-based decisions are avoided. We approach the situation calmly and clearly. As the Stoics advised, Don't let external circumstances disrupt your inner tranquility. Your response should be grounded, whether she needs distance for the proper reasons or for something else. How should you handle this wisely? Sometimes giving distance is the perfect move. Time to reflect, organize your thoughts, and make decisions from a place of clarity rather than emotional upheaval. Finally, space should never be used to hide the truth. Honesty builds good relationships. If a change feels incorrect, trust your gut. Take time to examine what's happening, but do it with the steady hand of someone who isn't driven by emotion and can approach life with the Stoic's clarity and resilience. If you hear, "I need space," and it seems odd or sudden, don't disregard it. Reflect, stay cool, and face the problem like a Stoic. Clarity may assist you traverse these treacherous waters. Number 4. You deserve better than me. Okay, another sentence that may raise severe concerns. You deserve better than me. Has anyone heard this? Maybe unexpectedly during a conversation? She may drop this statement while you're discussing your future, dreams, and promises. Jarring, right? It makes you stop and wonder, what's going on? Break it down. People who feel guilty, especially exceedingly guilty, use this expression. It feels like a self-doubting confession. A woman who says, "You deserve better than me," may sound self-critical or insecure. That may be true sometimes. Most of the time, it's an emotional defense strategy to express guilt without declaring, "I've done something wrong." Imagine sitting down to a deep, meaningful interpersonal talk. Things look fine, right? No huge issues or fights, just life's rhythm. Suddenly she exclaims, "I don't know if I'm good enough for you. You deserve better than me." With that, what? Does it feel off? This was unanticipated. It wasn't expected and didn't fit. The fascinating part is that this is typically a subtle way of her telling you something's wrong, which she may not be ready to admit. This sentence can communicate guilt without admitting infidelity if she's hiding it. She acknowledges betraying your confidence, but lacks the strength to face it. She gives you this emotional, cryptic line, instead of confessing what she did. Imagine you're discussing your future plans, buying a house, traveling, or aging together. You feel the air shift when she suddenly exclaims, "I don't think I'm good enough for you. You deserve someone better." Words don't match discussion tone. She seems to be withdrawing emotionally, hinting at something deeper, but not saying it. This can be confusing. However, guilt often causes unusual behavior. She may remove herself emotionally with such remarks instead of coming clean. She seems to be trying to comfort you before the truth is revealed. Bring in some Stoic wisdom. Stoics taught us that life is difficult and we cannot control others. We can control our response. When presented with an unexpected comment that throws us off balance, we must cultivate Stoic clarity and self-control. We can remain calm and analytical instead of leaping to conclusions or allowing emotions take over. Stoics accepted uncontrollable situations with grace and wisdom. If "you deserve better than me" raises questions, pause, reflect, be calm, and assess the situation. Determine the best course of action. Understand, what about this moment? In unpredictable times, Stoicism instructs us to keep our inner serenity. Even in the most intense moments, we should think clearly and make rational decisions. Whether her comment is guilt or self-doubt, your response will determine the outcome. None of this means disregarding red signs or letting things slip. Choose your reaction wisely. It's not about absolving her of wrongdoing. It's about providing a peaceful, honest talking space. When we face these moments with emotional clarity, we can understand the truth, no matter how uncomfortable. If you hear, "You deserve better than me," listen closely. Reflect instead of reacting in rage or bewilderment. Understand that this phrase may indicate a deeper issue. A Stoic would approach it with patience, clarity, and the wisdom to move forward. Number 5. Why distrust me? Why don't you trust me? Might make your heart skip a beat, right? You may ask why she's become distant or changed her behavior. Instead of responding, she asks, "Why don't you trust me?" It's gut-wrenching because you're on trial for doubting her. This response seems deceptive. Instead of addressing your worries, she's blaming you for being skeptical. This is a deflective approach to make you feel bad for doubting her. She makes you doubt your intuition by accusing you of mistrust. You suddenly wonder if she's innocent and you're incorrect. But let's pause and think. Suspicious behavior makes you nervous. Normal to ask inquiries. If those questions are deflected without explanation, it should raise concerns. If you ask her why she's been behaving distant and she says, "Why don't you trust me?" she's probably hiding something. She avoids your true issues by making you feel like you're overreacting. Bring this back to Stoicism. Stoics taught us to control our ideas and behaviors regardless of others. Maintaining composure in this situation is essential. Stoicism helps us be calm and avoid emotional or defensive responses. A Stoic way may be to spot something off and step back rather than allow her challenge your judgment or make you feel bad. You know her attempt to transfer blame is a distraction. You can avoid emotional arguments. You can calmly voice your concerns and start a conversation without feeling pressured. A Stoic doesn't let outside events affect their inner tranquility. You can control your response, but not hers. Staying grounded helps you avoid emotional turbulence and maintain your sense of self and perspective. When someone asks, "Why don't you trust me?" don't be deterred. Pause, ponder, and assess your emotions. Do you have valid concerns? Are you angry or seeking truth? Staying calm lets you respond wisely, not emotionally. Hit that like button if this is useful before we continue. It helps YouTube reach more men in need and keep making content. It's fast, free, and effective. Thanks. Let's resume. Number 6. You're always busy. Do you ever hear, "You're always busy"? It's one of those comments that makes you feel awful, like you neglected her. When you ask about a problem in the relationship and she says, "You've been so busy lately, I barely see you anymore," she may be trying to blame you. This deflection method is traditional. When things aren't going well, especially if she's been aloof or secretive, she may try to blame you instead of herself. She's denying responsibility. Instead, she blames your job, schedule, or life. She may feel ignored if you've been working long hours or having a busy time. However, if this becomes her reason for her behavior, she's justifying it. This sounds like her saying, "I did this because you didn't give me enough attention." Connect this to Stoicism. According to Stoics, we can't always control external conditions, but we can control our response. If she's using your busyness to justify her conduct, don't feel guilty or defensive. Instead, keep calm and assess the issue. A Stoic would handle this calmly. Avoid feeling overwhelmed or reacting emotionally by reflecting on your behavior and whether your hectic schedule is affecting the relationship. Explain your feelings calmly and promote open dialogue. Maintain your integrity and don't let her twist the situation to avoid blame. Life will always present challenges, whether they're work, personal, or otherwise. How we manage things defines us. Avoid guilt and mistaken blame when judging. No matter what others say, stick to your path and convictions. Number 7. It's not what it looks like. Walking into a bad scenario is something we've all done. You may find her texting or talking to another man. She says, "It's not what it looks like." When you approach, you know that's a red flag if you've heard this before. Her first reaction is to dismiss your concerns and make you feel silly. Give it some thought. If you catch her acting suspiciously or observe something that doesn't add up, and she says, "It's not what it looks like," she may be lying. It's a simple method to avoid discussing the situation. If she dismisses a private conversation with another guy with, "We're just talking," but can't explain why, she's probably hiding something. Stoics advise staying calm in this situation. Stoics advised us to avoid emotional reactions and distractions. Take a deep breath when you hear those words, instead of getting caught up in the perplexity or letting her change the subject. Recognize that this is an uncertain time you can't control. You can control your response. Staying cool lets you examine the situation more clearly. Don't allow her provide a vague justification. Ask the correct questions and don't be shaken by her evasive answers. As the Stoics advised, focus on your integrity rather than allowing others control your emotions. In times like this, self-awareness and grounding are true strength. Number 8. You're imagining things. This iconic statement can hit you in the gut. Imagine discussing something that's bothering you, something that doesn't make sense. She swiftly replies, "You're imagining things." When you inquire why she's been distant or things have changed, it may seem benign, but this is gaslighting, a method to make you doubt your feelings and reality. Tricky stuff happens here. She challenges your worries, not dismisses them, your view of events. It's like she's calling you insane for suspecting anything. You notice her late-night messaging or mood change. She says, "You're just imagining things." If this becomes a pattern, where she dismisses your feelings every time you express them, it's a red sign. This is a Stoic moment to ground oneself. A Stoic believes that external events, like someone denying reality, are beyond your control. How you react is your choice. Instead of becoming offended at her remarks, step back. Consider your feelings and observations. Stoics taught us to stay focused despite others' uncertainty or dishonesty. Maintain your view. Remember your reality and trust your judgment. Trust yourself to investigate if anything feels wrong. Number 9. I don't know what I want anymore. That gut instinct when something feels wrong. She says, "I don't know what I want anymore." It can throw you off if everything was well between you two. She seems to be stopping the connection and questioning everything. She may be withdrawing emotionally to rationalize her actions, especially if she's dating someone else. It may seem like a request for aid or confusion, but it usually signifies she's decided on something. Whether she's been distant or uncaring and says, "I don't know if I want to be in this relationship anymore," it's not only about her not knowing what she wants. She may be emotionally detached. Take a step back and contemplate when this is hard to digest. Stoicism says we can control our reactions, but not others' sentiments. or actions. Focus on what you need rather than her doubt, which is enticing. Maintain your values and don't let her emotional turmoil make you doubt yourself. Stoics thought that clarity of mind is our genuine strength, not being misled by others' confusion. Don't lose yourself when she claims she doesn't know what she wants. Move forth with confidence and trust your judgment. Wrapping it up, these tiny comments and habits can help you spot an unfaithful woman. Cheating is never easy, but recognizing these signals can help you with it. Always remember that strong relationships are built on trust and communication. If these red flags appear, sit down and have a serious chat. If you like this video, subscribe for more relationship and psychology tips. Please like, share, and comment if you've seen any of these signs. Stay alert, and see you in the next video.